Weber called to the pen, brings on Jason Mott, and the infield will play in with runners at second and third and one out, and the Mets already leading this game 3-1.
Big opportunity for Jason Mott to come in here and shut the Mets down, prevent these runs from scoring, keep it a two-run game.
Kadire fouls, strike one. Herrera at third, Duda at second.
Not afraid to challenge that strike zone. Very aggressive. He throws fastballs and cutters. Mid-90s heater. They've been working with him to try to get his arm angle up on top a little bit. I feel like he's been underneath the ball, pushing it a little bit. See if he's able to make that adjustment.
The seventh in Detroit. Tigers leading the Twins 8-1. They've got 14 hits today. Miguel Cabrera with his 7th home run. Foul tip, strike three. So 2 down, and the infield can move back with Mayberry coming up.
Exactly what Joe Madden was looking for, bringing Mott into this game with that high-octane stuff, looking for a punch out, and he gets Kadire. Still able to hang on. Big out. It'll be less big if Mayberry delivers here. You got to finish the job. That works. 96 at the knees. Hitters basically don't have to worry about anything soft from Mott.
That's for sure.
He's not trying to trick anybody.
Ground ball, and it'll get into center, and the Mets will add to their lead. That is a big hit for Mayberry. He snaps an 0 for 21, and he makes it a 5-1 Mets lead.
Yeah.
Those runs charged to wood.
Yeah, I was going to say those inherited runs that can inflate that ERA too. And Mott got Kadire, who you figured would be the tougher guy, punched him out, but Mayberry came through with a big 2-out knock. It was a cut fastball, and you see it back up, trying to go off the outside corner, and that ball actually had action moving back the other way a little bit. So what'd you say Mayberry was? What for his last
He
whatever?
was 0 for his last 21 before that base hit. Now remember, he lined hard to Bryant in his previous at bat. Strike to Flores. 2 homers in the series. Mayberry runs, Flores fouls.
Cubs are going to have to get it done and come from behind fashion here today. They've had a lot of dramatic wins. 5 of their last 6 wins have been by 1 run.
Mentioned this early. The Mets had scored 5 times in the first 3 games combined. Put up 5 in 5 innings today. Line and caught by Russell. That will end the inning. Mets add 2 and get into the Cubs bullpen now for the rest of the ball game. 5-1 New York.
Is there such a thing as a sure thing in business? Some say buy gold. Others say buy soybeans. I say buy Comcast Business Internet. Unlike internet providers that slow down when traffic picks up, you get speed you can rely on. It's a safe bet. Like a gold-plated soybean.
Reliably fast internet starts at $69.95 a month. Comcast Business, built for business.
Termites like to use stealth, but I know all about their covert operations. Using my flow meter, I apply the proper amount your home needs to help keep them from breaking and entering. Orchid. Pest control down to a science.
Binny's Beverage Depot is going to bat for Make-A-Wish, Illinois. Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Binny's will donate $100 to Make-A-Wish, Illinois. That calls for a toast. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Imagine if you could predict an accident before it happened. Presenting the world's first car that warns you of a possible collision 2 cars ahead. Helping you avoid accidents you don't see coming. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Hey everyone, Chris Bowden in our downtown Comcast Sportsnet studios with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Andrew Shaw has helped lead the Blackhawks to the Western Conference Finals. That, while his brother Josh has been busy at Wrigley Field as part of the construction crew working on the ballpark's renovation. Pat Boyle brings you that story later tonight on Sportsnet Central. For now, we send it back to Len, JD, who knows, maybe Josh as well over at the ballpark. Some work to do, guys.
Chris, thank you. Yeah, you're right. 5-1. And trailing John Neese has been terrific in 2015. One ball, one strike. That will just get out of play behind the Mets bullpen.
We've seen 4 balls fly out of here today. Wind pushing things out towards left field. So battle, gets some base runners. Somebody pops one. You're right back in this ball game. Edwin Jackson cranking it up.
Toward the hole, diving stop Flores. Up with it. Throw to first. Not in time. Soler with an infield single.
It's a start. Flores doesn't have great range. He makes a nice play here on the backhand side. A noble effort. Soler clearly safe at first base. Nope, I'm not drawing that charge.
Matt Caesar puts a charge into this one. Back toward the wall and right at the base of the fence. Soler's going to be sent. Here's a relay throw to the plate. He is saved. RBI double Matt Caesar, 5-2 now.
Pretty aggressive send by Gary Jones there with nobody out in the inning, but all is well that ends well as Soler is able to beat that throw home. And Matt Caesar getting a rare start. unloads on that one. That's kind of been the theme with Caesar was in spring training, hitting the ball with a lot more authority. Tweaked his swing. You see Soler a little hesitate. That's to make sure the ball gets down.
David Ross will bat for Mott. So a run in. Caesar at second with nobody out. Cubs trying to get these two right back.
Good aggressive swing there by Ross. Talking to Soler in the dugout there about his base running in that play.
Bounce to third. Caesar's now going to head to third. Ross is out. Nice base running by Matt Caesar. He's now at third with only one out.
A good read here by Caesar with the third baseman Tejada charging that ball. He's got to make that long throw across the diamond. He can't afford to really look Caesar back. If he does, he's not going to get the play at first. The infield will stay back with a 3-run lead and get an RBI opportunity here for Russell. But to get back to Soler, he doesn't need to be breaking it down there between first and second. Anderson's able to run that ball down and catch it in center field. That's going to be real easy to get back.
Yeah, you should be able to pretty much get all the way to second base, right?
Yeah, just kind of cruise on in. You don't want to stop your momentum. You don't have to stop and go the way he was.
That'll get a run in. Flores, high throw, safe at first. 5-3.
Game on. Sets up, unloads, but it's high.
Russell gets an RBI. It's an error on Flores. And it's a 2-run ball game once again.
Two good swings by Russell today. Lined out to center last time and hit the ball pretty well that time. Here's Jorge. Here's what I'm talking about. He's kind of slowing down, breaking it down. He could have gone past the bag really and still gotten back to first base with a catch out there in center field.
Fowler shows bunt and then takes ball 1.
Nobody's cheering harder than the third base coach on a send like that. Come on, baby. Beat that throw home. Don't leave me hanging.
No strikes. So Nice struggling really for the first time today. He's still got a very low pitch count. And ball 4. We'll bring the pitching coach out, Dan Worthen.
Nice did not make a pitch from the stretch until hitting Anthony Rizzo with a pitch last inning. He had retired 9 in a row to start the ball game. Then Fowler hit the home run. You see it a lot with pitchers who get off to a great start the way he did. Then things start to unravel on you a little bit, and you start working out of the zone, hoping that the opposing hitters will get themselves out by chasing bad balls. That's one of the things the Cubs have been so good at, most of the Cubs. Being patient, forcing pitchers into the strike zone, none more so than this guy here.
Russell now at second. Tying run is at first. That's Dexter Fowler. Things have changed pretty quickly here. And strike one to Rizzo. Bounced foul. Now the two-strike approach kicks in.
A little wider stance, little choke up on the bat. Trust the hands. Really quiet the lower body.
And he lines it into center. Base hit. Russell around third. Granderson will lob it back in toward third. It's 5-4 now. An 0-2 RBI single.
Well, two components, right? The pitcher's got to make a mistake. Neese did. The hitter still has to take advantage of it. And again, the two-strike approach by Rizzo is a beautiful thing to behold. It's off the plate, but it's up, and off the plate is not that far away from Rizzo because he's so close to home plate. Playing a little pepper with the Grandy man out there in center.
3 hits, a walk, an error in the inning. 3 runs in, and now all kinds of scurrying in the Mets bullpen. Bryant cracks his bat as he fouls near that pin. T-Mobile game changer Chris Bryant making things happen here in this series. First career triple and a couple of home runs.
Place will erupt if he gets into one here.
That could be trouble. Duda's not going to catch it. It drops, and we're tied. Fowler scores. Rizzo to third. 4 runs in, and still only 1 out. 5-5.
I didn't exactly tear the cover off the ball, but it got the job done.
Boy, has this inning blown up on Jonathan Neese. He was on cruise control, leading 5-1. Had barely broken a sweat through 4 innings.
Something barking on Anthony. Watch him go down the line on his base hit. It looked like something might have been bugging him a little bit.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully nothing serious. Hansel Robles appears to be ready, according to Ricky Bonas. First and third. Cubs with a chance to grab their first lead today. The pitch to Castro, bounced foul.
You see hitters in this situation. Castro's pretty aggressive anyway, likes to attack that first pitch, but hitters are like sharks with blood in the water. Go up there hacking when they've got a pitcher on the ropes.
Starlin, the 8th Cub to bat in this inning. 2-1.
I'd be tempted to start Bryant here.
2-2. Two is inside. It's full.
Action pitch.
Two to Castro. Popped up. Herrera makes the catch. Rizzo tagging halfway down the line. He's going to hold. And Anthony's still dealing with something down there. Now remember, he got hit by a pitch earlier in the right leg. I don't know if that has anything to do with what he's dealing with. Not serious enough for him to come out of the game. So Castillo. Terry Collins deciding to stick with his starter. He's a veteran guy, and as I mentioned, the pitch count is in fine shape, so he's just praying that Nice can find a way out of this inning, keeping the ball game tied.
Mets bullpen has been good most of the year. They have not been particularly good in this series, and most managers try to stay away from their bullpen this early in the ball game. Nice came into this one with a .195 ERA. He cruised through 3.
AT&T U-verse multi-view. 4 big ones here. Cubs aided by an error from Flores, the shortstop, allowing Russell to reach. He would later score. It's now 3-1. I want to see those stellar numbers. That's going into action today. Swing and a miss. He aired it out on 3-1.
Yeah, got a little greedy. You want to see a guy be greedy in that situation, looking for a fastball, and saw it up, thought he could do something with it.
Duda will back up as Bryant will take off here on the 3-2 with 2 outs on the ground. Nice play. Tejada playing third base for the first time in his career. But the Cubs put up a 4 spot, and we're deadlocked at 5 as we head to the 6th.
Nissan Altima with up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Choose Altima with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
This is history in the making. Cortez, 23 years old, first woman in the majors.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T U-verse TV.
Flour-pressed soap, homemade hot sauce, artisanal pickles, whatever those are. Well, we're glad handcrafted is finally cool. Because at Firestone Complete Auto Care, we've been handcrafting since 1926. Robots might build cars, but it takes human hands to keep them running right. And that's a guarantee backed by our fixed right promise. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Nissan Altima with up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Choose Altima and get up to 1,000 bonus cash. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Sunday on CSN, get ready for an all-new episode of Beer Money. Each week, join Jen Letta and Luke Stuckmeyer as they quiz contestants on their sports trivia knowledge. Win big or go home. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light. Sunday at 7 on CSN Chicago.
Clark's Crew, presented by Jewel Osco, is the official kids club of the Cubs. Team up with Clark as a member of Clark's Crew and receive kid-specific perks, experiences, and merchandise. Visit Cubs.com/Clark to sign up today. Be part of the fun all season long.
New battery. Ross pinch hit. He'll stay into catch. Justin Grimm will go into Castillo's spot in the Cubs order. 5-5 here in the sixth.
How about that? Cubs looking to sweep this 4-game set from the Mets. It's all about the pitching through the first 3. Today, Mets do some damage against Travis Wood, but the hitters respond. We head to the 6th tied. Grimm works for the 4th time since coming off the disabled list. Scoreless in his previous 3. He'll go into the 5-hole in the batting order. 2 1/3 so far. Good work from Grimm. Good heater, mid-90s, slider, and a curve.
Record with his first career 2-homer performance.
He's a strong kid. He hasn't had a lot of playing time in the major leagues, but he has shown power. And today, popped a couple.
Grimm thought he had him.
Well, it's a quality 0-2 pitch right there. It's either going to be right on the corner at the knees or just off the plate.
Tejada on deck. And the pitcher's spot. Swing and a miss. He got him that time.
Good depth on that breaking ball. Record missed it by a wide margin.
Nice is done as Kirk Neuenhuis has jumped into the on-deck circle to bat for him. As you mentioned, a very promising beginning today for the Mets left-hander. And he exits with only 68 pitches. I don't think he's going to go out in the bullpen and throw 30 more. But I'm sure he'll tell you he had a lot left in the tank. And he gave up the 4 to tie it. One of those runs unearned because of the Flores error.
Hey, you go 9 up, 9 down to start the ball game. You don't never know if you're going to win or not. But you feel like you're going to pitch a low-run game. You're kind of in charge. You've been sharp from the outset. Feels like you're going to have a good day at the ballpark, and then you get ambushed the way he did. The defense let him down a little bit. There's a bloop hit in there as well. It's one of those games where your head hits the pillow at night. You're going, how did that happen? How did that get away from me?
Still 1-2 on Tejada. This game will be decided by the bullpens. Wood went 4 1/3. Nice completed 5. Check swing foul.
Able to lay off the breaking ball. That record chased. Grimm pitched collegiately at the University of Georgia. He had an ERA right around 11 his freshman year. Here he is, a big leaguer.
Three and 2. Yeah, we'll have to ask him what happened. What adjustments did you make?
Just raw, huh? Better as a sophomore, and then had a 5.49 his junior year. So
called strike 3.
So probably a guy who had good stuff, just didn't command it. Took him a while to figure it out. Snapped that one off, and to a certain extent, that has been the story of his time with the Cubs. First saw him, a kid who could light up the radar gun, had good action on the breaking ball, but struggled to command it. The second part of last year really tightened things up.
Did the Archie Bell and the Drells.
He did.
Tighten up. Nice will take the at-bat, so maybe he's not done. 2 outs, nobody on. He'll at least take the at-bat. We'll see if he comes back out to pitch.
Yeah, my guess is he does. You know, I think if you're Terry Collins, you forget what happened last inning. You say, I'm in a tie game. I'm in the 6th inning, and I've got a very capable starting pitcher on the mound.
Grimm strikes out the side. 2 of the 3 of the looking variety. 5-5 midway in the 6th.
You do all you can to keep them safe. So do we. The Mitsubishi Outlander, named one of America's safest CUVs. Now 0% APR for 72 months on a Mitsubishi Outlander.
At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
There's a difference between saying you missed an opportunity and you failed.
You're going to tolerate failure. I'm not.
I'm choosing to live in a place that isn't pass-fail. I don't live in a world that's pass-fail.
At NTB, get Memorial Day savings the entire month of May. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free instantly when you get them installed. Choose from Goodyear, Continental, Cooper, Nitto, and more. Get your Memorial Day savings now at your neighborhood NTB, home of the lowest tire price guarantee. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. National Tire and Battery. That's all you need.
It is a weak man who urges
Welcome back. Get a behind-the-scenes look at beautiful Wrigley Field. The Cubs offer 90-minute guided tours that include a chance to step on the field. Over 100 years of history here at Wrigley Field. Cubs.com/tours if you want to check it out.
So Nice gets the stay.
Ooh, that could be a new stat. Pitchers who have allowed 4 runs or more but get to stay in the game after their spot in the batting order came up. Yeah, he had 13 stays this year. The manager really trusted him. Thought he'd hang in there.
See, I was going down the death row kind of analogy.
Stay of execution.
Yeah. His lawyer appealed and his manager gave him another inning. Soler chops one softly to second, handled there by Herrera.
Sometimes you're your own best advocate in that situation. Sometimes it's the pitching coach who serves as counsel. So Tejada keeps flipping the ball out of play after it gets thrown around the infield. That would drive me nuts as a pitcher. That's my ball. I'll decide whether we're going to throw it out or not.
Yeah, he's playing third, so
yeah, they throw the ball around the horn and he takes it, flips it into the Cubs dugout, throws it to the ball boy.
Strike to Caesar. An RBI double as part of the 4-run uprising in the 5th.
Sometimes that ball gets put in play, might have a little scuff on it and create some movement. And aside from that, some balls, I mean, they're all made to the same specs, but some balls just feel better in your hand. Whether it's the way they've been rubbed up or what. Some feel smaller. Seams feel a little higher on some. Boy, Tom Brady would not stand for that. He would not allow anybody to throw his footballs out of play.
Deep center. Granderson right at the edge of the warning track for the out. David Ross with 2 gone. The Paul Head men's basketball coach Dave Leto back with the Blue Demons, second stint, and he will conduct the 7th inning stretch.
I think that ball right there off the bat of Caesar kind of defines his new approach as much as the one he hit over Granderson's head. The fact that he had to reach out for that breaking ball, still able to hit it pretty sharply out there to center field.
Ross pinch hit in the 5th and grounded out. He's now catching. 1 ball, 1 strike. James Russell really cranking it up in the bullpen. Backdoor cutter. Looked like it was over, but maybe a little high. 3-1.
2 outs, nobody on. 3-1. Time for a big swing here.
A little outside as Ross fouls, and it's full. It'll be weird for Addison Russell. He's not batting behind a pitcher right now. Skied to right. Mayberry has it, and the inning is over. We go to the 7th in a 5-5 tie.
On behalf of Southwest Airlines, welcome to Chicago.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, don't everybody get up at once.
Come on. Let's go.
Follow me.
Door.
Seriously, we can't miss you if you don't leave. Once again, we have landed. Welcome. Thank you so much. Come back and see us.
Sometimes flights end before games do. Watch free live TV on your own device. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
These are no longer cars. They no longer roar, or screech, or skid, or speed. If a lion doesn't hunt, is it still a lion? Don't protect your car so it can look nice. Protect it so it can look mean. Don't fear the wear and tear. Be it. Just be ready for it. Turtle Wax Ice with Smart Shield technology. Protect the body, free the soul.
Did I miss out?
No, our sales event is still going on.
I called in sick.
I get it. You don't want to miss the great deals.
Luckily, my boss is out sick, too. Mitchell? Sir, I thought you...
What goes on at the sales event stays at the sales event.
Let's look at some cars. Let's do it.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2015 RAV4. Or lease RAV4 for only $199 a month. Hurry in today.
Wow, I got a great deal.
Thanks, Jam. Feel better now?
Toyota, let's go places.
After every Chicago basketball playoff game, change the channel to CSN for Kia Bulls postgame live. Get emotional locker room reaction from the players and Coach Thibodeau. Plus, join Mark and Will on the set as they break it all down. After every game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey Cubs fans, when the game goes final, stay with CSN for reaction, highlights, and more on Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Join us to recap the action and preview what's next for the Northsiders after every game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tomorrow afternoon, Andrew McCutcheon and the Pirates will be in town. First of 3 against the Cubs, and our coverage kicks off at 12:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Left-hander James Russell in a 5-5 tie. Ball 1 on Granderson.
Pretty good looking pitch. Maybe a little low, maybe a little in. Couldn't miss by much. Russell on for the 6th time. He's got a tough act to follow. Justin Grimm struck out the side in his 1 inning of work. Russell gets the call here with the lefty Granderson to lead off, and Duda scheduled 3rd in the inning.
Expect him to pull if he hits it on the ground. The Cubs do not have an assist so far today, thanks to Brian Kostok for pointing that out. Fly balls, strikeouts, lineouts.
Yeah, 3 unassisted to Rizzo. They're only out on the ground.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Stilson Herrera on deck. The wind in the offering, pulled into right, but he didn't pull it on the ground. Line drive base hit for Granderson.
2 out of 4 today for Granderson.
Pedro Strop in the Cubs bullpen. Pretty well rested, as Arrieta and Hamill each went 8 innings Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Bryant pulled in on the grass at 3rd. And Herrera takes ball 1. 13-1. The Tigers blasted the Twins today. Miguel Cabrera hit a couple.
How many's he got now?
He has 8, batting .328. Detroit is 7-2 against the Twins, who've been lights out against everybody else.
James Russell on the mound. A hitter's more likely to see an off-speed pitch than a fastball. He's got a curveball, a slider, and a change. Only throws fastball a little over 40% of the time.
Swing and a miss on a change. 2-2.
How big is this guy, Herrera? Not very, huh? They list him at 5'10". I don't know. I think that's with long spikes on, I think.
5'10", 150.
Kind of looks like Altuve up there, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Just his 10th big league game this season. 18 last year. Only 21. Just turned 21 in March. Off the plate, 3-2. Now the question for Terry Collins: will he send Granderson here with nobody out? I'm going to guess yes.
Yeah, it just depends on you know, if he gets a swing and miss on a changeup here, Granderson's not going to get a big jump with the lefty on the mound.
He's going swing and a miss on the changeup, but not a good throw by Ross. Well, you called it. I guess we both kind of called it, but Granderson able to get the bag.
I mean, so changeup's a good pitch to run on. That was the potential downside of sending him there for. See, he doesn't have a big jump at all with the lefty on the mound. Offline throw renders it moot. Now, had David initiated a little contact with Herrera walking across home plate there, he might have gotten an interference call.
Duda is 2 for 3. Those at bats against Travis Wood, so he's done excellent work against left-handed pitching here early in the season.
Yeah, 400 coming into play today. He was 14 out of 35. Really struggled in that department last year.
Caught the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Go ahead run at second with 1 away here in the 7th. Cubs were down 5-1 before plating 4 in the bottom of the 5th.
Dyer next for the Mets. Strop next for the Cubs.
Three and 1.
You know, as a left-handed pitcher in this situation, you know, you're charged with getting left-handed hitters out, but you don't want to give in to Duda. You got a base open. There are times where you definitely don't want that pitcher to pass the baton. There are other times where, you know, if you walk the guy, so be it.
The 3-2 from Russell. Strike 3 call.
I don't know how Duda can be arguing that one. Came back and got a dangerous hitter. You see, he doesn't give into the strike zone at all until that final pitch. That one's right over the heart of the plate.
Down Main Street.
Yeah. Dude, after seeing all those pitches away, saw that one inside. He might have thought it was in, but clearly over a good chunk of home plate.
So we're going to see Pedro Strop and Chris Coughlin as part of a double switch. Weber called to the pen. Runner at second. 2 outs in the 7th. We'll be back.
Some things are not what they appear to be. Other things are exactly what they appear to be. The Lexus IS, as aggressive as it looks. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 IS 250 for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
The switch to T-Mobile is on. Even Verizon customers are seeing the light. T-Mobile has America's fastest 4G LTE network. From the Bay Area to the Big Apple. And more data capacity per customer. Need one more reason? Get 2 lines of unlimited 4G LTE data for $100. Save without settling on America's fastest 4G LTE network.
Nissan gave a lucky few the ride of their life in the 2015 Nissan Altima.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Nissan Altima with blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Choose Altima with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. Or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on road. Offers end June 1st. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Chris Coughlin into the game, and he'll hit in the 5th spot. Weber call to the pen brings on Pedro Strop. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the 7th, and a 5-5 tie.
Pedro 0-2 with a 368. Remember, he started the year on quite a roll, had an ERA of 0 for the longest time.
Liner caught by Russell, so Strop needs 1 pitch to get out of the inning, and it's time for the stretch.
Conductor for Take Me Up to the Ball Game, DePaul basketball coach Dave Leto.
Cub fans, are we ready? A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Well, it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Cub fans, let's get some runs!
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Announcing your local Ford dealer's Memorial Day All-Star event. Time to save big on America's best-selling brand of utilities. Now, for a limited time, get almost any Ford SUV or crossover with 0% financing for 60 months. Plus $750 cash for qualified Ford and competitive owners. Plus $500 EcoBoost cash on equipped models. Save big on a fantastic lineup of fuel-efficient All-Stars, but only for a limited time. So hurry. The Memorial Day All-Star event ends June 1st.
Bottom of the 7th, 5-5 the score. John Neese still working against Addison Russell, and that one deflected off Neese right to the second baseman Herrera. That'll go 1-4-3 as Russell's robbed of a hit.
Russell hit the ball well 3 times today, and he's 0 for 3. Line out to center, hit the ball well to short last time. Flores was charged with an error on it. The play made from the hole, made a high throw. And now this one, destined for center field, but off the foot of Neese. Right to Herrera. Tough break for the kid.
Comes Dexter Fowler, and we want to say hello to members of the Lake Elsinore Storm. The pitching coach is our good friend and former Cub and former Met, Glendon Rush. They're watching us in the clubhouse today. That is the Single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. Glendon's their pitching coach. What's up, guys?
Make sure the pitching coach springs for the pizza.
Off the plate in on Fowler, who briefly squared to bunt. Rizzo on deck. So with Nice getting his quote stay, as he was able to take the at bat in the 6th, does the starting pitcher then actively root against the order coming around again so he can stay in the game? Tomahawk line drive, and Granderson was thinking about diving for it, but then decided, you know what, tie ball game. If it gets by me, it's trouble. So instead, he pulls up and plays it on the bounce.
Yeah, well, the answer to your question is yes and no. There are days where, regardless of what's going on, you just want to stay out there. You feel like you're the best option. You're the guy who's going to be able to hold the other club down. You feel like your team's going to find a way to score one way or the other and get you a W. There's other times when you're like, no.
I've had enough.
I've been out here long enough. I might not be the best option anymore.
I have a feeling Nice probably feels somewhat the first way because of how this game got away from him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You want to salvage the day. He was really good early on, had one bad inning basically, and he's bounced back nicely and hung in there.
Rizzo cranks this one to right, but just a bit out in front.
You know, it's like a fan watching a game too. It just depends on the set of circumstances. If it's, you know, 2 outs and nobody on and your spot in the order comes up, you're like, just let me hit. You know, we're not going to get anything done here. There's a couple guys on base and you feel like, well, they're going to give me a couple runs here. You take your helmet, your batting gloves off, you set them down, you say, okay, let's go, let's get them.
And I do think it speaks to his veteran status that his manager allowed him to continue this long, even with the pitch count, for this reason, as Rizzo gets hit again.
That was a breaking ball.
Second time he's been plunked today, and that will be it for Nice.
It's changeup, actually. Look like he's trying to throw a changeup and just didn't finish the pitch.
So that will be it for Nice. 90 pitches, 6 1/3 innings. Weber called to the pen. 5-5. Here's Robles. We'll be back in a moment.
Imagine if you could predict an accident before it happened. Presenting the world's first car that warns you of a possible collision 2 cars ahead. Helping you avoid accidents you don't see coming. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
2 oil changes for the price of 1? That's $14.99 each. Just ask at CarX.
At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
Come on, everybody. I think this is my grandson.
Little girl, you look so lonesome. I see you all feeling blue. Come on over to my place. Hey girl, we're having a party. We'll be dancing and singing. Come on over tonight.
I'm Joe Madden, and you're watching the home of Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago.
Hansel Robles is in. First and second. 1 out. Chris Bryant at the plate in a tie ball game.
High pressure situation for the rookie Robles. He's worked 5 times. That was his entire body of work as a major league pitcher. He did not pitch in the big leagues prior to this. That heart's beating pretty good right now. Tie game in the 7th. Go ahead run in scoring position.
Pitch. Ball 1. Interesting to note, Jonathan Neese's experience in this ballpark has been wild. He has 2 wins here. 2010, 2012, the Mets won 18-5 and 17-1. He's taken 1 loss at Wrigley Field, 11-1 in 2011. Today he had a 5-1 lead and couldn't hold it. So the ups and downs of beautiful Wrigley Field, he has felt them at a very high level.
Yeah. And funny because the numbers 2-1 with an ERA of 4 here, but it's a fairly routine overall, but he's arrived there in some strange ways.
He's hoping for a no decision. He could take the loss though with these 2 runners on.
Big pitch coming here.
2-1.
Challenge fastball up in the zone. He's got a lively arm, this kid. In the low 3/4, slings it up there at 95. Pretty good movement.
And has connected twice in this series. He's got his first career triple. He's legged out a couple of infield hits. Fowler at second, Rizzo at first. Three and one.
Dangerous way to make a living, going 2-0-3-1 to the likes of Chris Bryant. Oof.
To Bryant. We'll try it again. Mets are trying to salvage 1 before they head back home. The Cubs are trying to broom them right out of Wrigley Field in a 4-game series.
The sense that Terry Collins is watching this at bat with one eye closed. Those last 2 fastballs pretty much in Bryant's wheelhouse.
Deep right, playable. Mayberry. Fowler to third. They're at the corners. 2 outs in the inning. So he tugged on Superman's cape and got away with it. Is that what you're saying?
And then, after fouling off a couple fastballs, he came with a slider that didn't slide. I mean, he got away with some stuff there in that sequence.
Starlin grooving to his
he
walk-up
gets
music.
that meeting. I was just say the catcher going out to the mound buys Starlin a little time to get into his tune.
the Cubs lead 6-5. I don't know what he threw him. He called for a slider. Did he just miss it, or was it a cross-up? Doesn't matter. Cubs have the lead. That's a passed ball. That was a slider.
It's like the last one. It didn't have a whole lot of action, and Recker just boxed it.
Well, that is quite a time to just simply whiff on it. And the Cubs have a 6-5 advantage. Two and 0. Strop got the final out of the 7th, so can just use him for the 8th and hopefully get right to the closer, Rondon. Now with the lead. That's where that double switch comes into play, having Coghlan now on deck instead of that pitcher spot. Gotta like it when a plan comes together. On a bounce, it'll be backhanded by Herrera, who is shaded up the middle, and that will end the inning. But a passed ball by Anthony Recker allows the Cubs to take a 6-5 lead into the 8th.
Checking 2 bags? That'll be $0 extra. Want to change your flight? $0 for that. Live TV? Tack on $0. Everyone who flies Southwest knows 0 adds up to a lot. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
With an 11% rebate on everything, Menards gives you the freedom to save on anything you choose, including sale prices. Jeld-Wen has been crafting beautiful and durable products for over 100 years. Right now, all special order Jeld-Wen windows and patio doors are on sale. Plus, get an additional 11% rebate. That's savings on top of savings. Hurry in now because Menards has an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
Not the vast frozen plains or a wall of mountains. Nothing would get between him and what he was after. Some called him obsessed. We call him Mr. Coors. And the pure Rocky Mountain water he hunted down is still used to brew the beer that bears his name. Coors, the banquet beer.
2 oil changes for the price of 1? That's $14.99 each. Just ask at CarX.
Follow the Cubs all season with MLB.com at bat. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet.
Tough luck for John Neese. He now is a pitcher of record. He could take the loss. 2 unearned runs today. The latest coming on the passed ball by Recker after Neese was out of the game. So here's Mayberry against Strop, and a strike called. For you Andy Griffith fans out there, Mayberry was a fictional town in North Carolina, supposedly based on Andy Griffith's real hometown, Mount Airy, A-I-R-Y.
Just down the road from Mountain Pilot.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down here in the Mets 8th.
Waving at the slider.
Flores. He homered in the 4th. 1 for 3.
It's the 12th Met to strike out here this afternoon. Might be Flores' fade as well. Not seeing that slider from Strop.
Driven in the air to center. Fowler. 2 down. Well, Recker has hit 2 homers today, but committed that pass ball.
Pretty much sums up baseball, doesn't it?
Yep. So, Bob Brenly 4 errors in an inning and a game-ending home run. You just never know. There's hero and goat and then everything in the middle. That's baseball.
Usually you can identify, you know, the hero on one side and the goat on the other. And Parker today, he's been a little bit of both. Quick pitch.
Ball dropped by Ross. And he will get him. Nice work by Pedro Strop. Facing 4 batters and retiring all of them. Bottom of the 8th. Cubs 6, Mets 5.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Our lives are not fully lived if we're not willing to die for those we love. There's our girl. And for what we believe. Mr. President, people are dying.
You got one big issue, I got 101.
Selma's the place.
This is the next great battle.
What happens when a man says enough is enough?
Selma. Movies start at Channel 125.
Hey everyone, Chris Bowden in our Comcast Sportsnet studios with this Sportsnet Central update. Game 6 between the Bulls and Cavs later tonight at the United Center. And remember, as soon as the game goes final, switch over to Comcast Sportsnet as Mark Janowski and Will Perdue bring you Bulls post-game live. They'll break the game down and bring you all the reaction from the Bulls locker room. But also be sure to join Todd Hollingsworth and me after this game goes final for Cubs post-game live. For the here and now, back to Len and Jim at Wrigley Field.
Thank you, CB. Left-hander Jack Leathersich. Back from AAA Las Vegas. Second stint with the Mets this year. They placed right-hander Buddy Carlisle on the DL with back spasms. Made his major league debut, Leathersich did, on April the 29th. So this is only his 3rd major league appearance. He's from Beverly, Massachusetts.
Strikeout numbers down at AAA get your attention.
Coghlan won the game last night with a bases loaded walk in the 9th.
That's got a handful of rookies out there in that bullpen.
Leathersich went to the University of Massachusetts, 5th round pick of the Mets in 2011.
Are they the Minutemen? University of Massachusetts?
I would believe they are. Yeah.
Mike Flanagan pitched there, I believe. Crafty lefty for the Orioles back in the day. It's another rookie here, Goodell. Well, Doug Rader used to say that experience is overrated. Never would have landed a man on the moon if experience mattered. Somebody's got to be first.
Yeah. Ball 4 up and in on Coughlin.
That was short.
So Leathersich will be removed. It's a Weber call to the pen. 6-5 Cubs in the 8th.
On behalf of Southwest Airlines, welcome to Chicago. Let's go, let's go. All right, don't everybody get up at once. Come on, let's go. Follow me. Door. Seriously, we can't miss you if you don't leave. Once again, we have landed. Welcome. Thank you so much. Come back and see us.
Sometimes flights end before games do. Watch free live TV on your own device. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
And there they are, 57 million miles from Earth.
How does it look? Here I go. Roger.
Now he's exited the module, and we are one step from Mars.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T UVerse TV.
Today, Feldco honors the best of the best, the top of the class, the ultimate in energy efficiency. To celebrate, Feldco is offering 2 windows for the price of 1.
That's right. Get 2 windows for the price of 1 and graduate to higher savings with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 1 year.
2 windows for the price of 1 and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Eric Goodell, Johnny Monell, the new battery for the Mets.
Goodell had a sprinkling of appearances with the Mets last year. He's been in 11 games this year. Another rookie. He starts with that split finger grip. It's fastball, curveball splitter for the young right-hander.
Coughlin at first, nobody out. Cubs trying to add to their lead. Held off by Soler.
Goodell, a 24th round pick of the Mets in 2010. It's just college ball at UCLA.
Jonathan Herrera is on deck in the pitcher spot. It's been a while for Jonathan, hasn't it? Haven't seen him much as of late.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Herreras, just not him.
We've seen him, just not in the game.
Yeah, Milwaukee Herrera, Dilson Herrera here.
Elion, Jonathan, Dilson. Two balls, two strikes.
Jorge 1 out of 3 today. Infield single in the 5th. Got that big inning started. Came around to score.
Sometimes the wind will shift during the course of an afternoon. It really hasn't today. It's been pretty consistently right to left. And Soler got jammed and able to fight it off foul on the ground.
Back-to-back split finger pitches from Goodell. See if he tries to bury one down in the dirt, or if they maybe a throw over. Those things you'll go over in the scouting report on a guy. Hey, throws a splitter. It's a pitch he likes to try to put guys away with down in the dirt. Be ready to take an extra base.
Pirates will be here tomorrow. They dropped a 4-2 decision at Philadelphia today. So the Pirates back under 500, 17 and 18. Runner going, and a fly ball the other way. Coughlin never did quite reach second and able to easily jog back to first.
A great example of quote-unquote pitching backwards there by Goodell. A lot of soft stuff. And then finally coming with the fastball, and Soler not able to get out in front of it. It was a well-placed fastball on the plate, but down.
It'll be Miguel Montero. It's an interesting streak on the line. Montero has had a walk in 9 straight games with a plate appearance. First Cub to do that since Gary Matthews Jr. in 2001. The last Cub to draw a walk in 10 consecutive games, Stan Hack, in 1946. Dode Paskert in 1918 is the only other Cub to do it in 10 straight. So he may only have one opportunity as he pinch hits here in the 8th. Although if he gets hit by a pitch, I guess he could continue with the next time around.
Yeah,
it's with a plate appearance.
With a plate appearance.
Yeah, so I guess that would count as a plate appearance. Off of third and caught. Nice running catch by Tejada.
Great concentration as he starts to head towards the Cubs bullpen. You got the Ivy guy there to contend with. That's enough to upset your concentration. There's a tree in the middle of the stands here. Coughlin a little late to get back and tag up on that play. He got caught like the rest of us, watching to see whether he was going to make the catch or not.
Paid crowd here at Wrigley Field today, 31,496. They've watched their team hang in there and erase a 5-1 deficit. They'll have a 6-5 lead late. Two strikes on Ross. Cubs can't gain any ground on the Cardinals, who came back late and beat the Indians today, but they can't stay within 5 of first place. Runner goes, pitches in the dirt, and Coughlin's in. So he does eventually get to second.
Yeah, and I don't think he could have gotten to second on that pop foul, but you'd want to tag up and give yourself a chance to at least draw a throw. But he gets there on the stolen base, the breaking ball in the dirt, a good time to go, picked a good one. David Ross got 1 strike to play with here to see if he can drive him in.
Conversation between pitcher and catcher. We're going over the signs now with a runner at second. And the 1-2. It's even. Royals have a 6-3 lead at Texas. They're in the top of the 9th in Arlington. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Well, they pulled something. They'll stay in for now. If Montero will have to catch in the 9th.
Maybe it's just a salty veteran going with, I'm going to fake like I'm hurt so he'll groove me a fastball.
And he bunts with 2 strikes.
Yeah,
he bunts it foul.
It's clearly barking whatever it is.
Yep. And that's strike 3, and that's the inning. So we will go to the 9th. It's 6-5 Cubs.
Remember the invite? Remember to make reservations?
Absolutely.
Remember the tickets? Remember where we parked?
Absolutely.
Generously appointed Lexus ES and ES Hybrid with leading-edge connectivity. Unforgettable. Lease the 2015 ES 350 for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Go take the trail less traveled and save on the gear you need at Bass Pro Shops. Like $50 off this Coleman Dome tent. Save 25% on all Bass Pro duffel bags. Plus free kids fishing this weekend.
Oh, come on, everybody. I think this is my grandson.
Little girl, you look so lonesome. I see you all feeling blue. Come on over to my
The experts at Binny's Beverage Depot can read my mind. They can even read my signs. You can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cubs fans, get ready for an exciting finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
Tonight, after a crucial Game 6, Bulls and Cavs flip over to CSN Chicago immediately following the game for Kia Bulls post-game live. Hopefully they're previewing Game 7. Get instant reaction from Mark and Will. Highlights, post-game interviews, and more after every Chicago basketball playoff game on Comcast Sportsnet. As we thought Miguel Montero will stay in and catch for David Ross, who appeared to tweak a side muscle or an oblique or something. And here's Hector Rondon trying to notch save number 8. Daniel Murphy's going to bat for Tejada.
7 out of 8 is Rondon in these save opportunities. And you'll see this little check swing there, and then Ross will reach back towards that right side. You can grab him a little bit. Hopefully nothing too serious. Murphy tough out. Good fastball hitter. Line drive stroke.
A parade of lefties here. Murphy, Monell, who's on deck, and then Granderson. Cubs 3 outs away from a 4-game sweep over first place team. The wind in the 0-1. Ground ball towards center and through. Murphy off the bench. Tying run is aboard.
Well, the 5 of the last 6 Cubs wins have been by 1 run. I was looking for no drama in the 9th, but I guess there's always drama in a 1-run game, and a little bit more now that Murphy has reached tying run aboard.
Last 2 appearances for Rondon after that rocky outing on May 8th. A save in Game 1 of this series and a win last night.
Showing a willingness to come off that fastball a little bit more this year, mixing in more sliders.
Monell's first plate appearance. Wide and an open stance. Also toward the shortstop. They're only going to get 1. That'll be at first. Monell is out. Castro with a nice play. Murphy now in scoring position with 1 out in the inning. That was a squibber off the handle.
Yeah, I always worried about that kind of a ball taking a funky bounce at the last. Castro, who was playing for 2, had to work his way back towards third base a little bit to cut that one off. Nice play. Close, but they got him.
Granderson now 2 hits outside, ball 1. It's not worth getting into a long conversation in this spot, but I found Joe Madden's comments about infield play very interesting. He said it's a one-handed job in terms of ground balls and that sort of thing. Speaking about Chris Bryant, strike called. I saw Castro, that nice one-handed pick. Goes against the grain. You hear about 2 hands, son. Not on the infield. The 1-1, strike 2.
Yeah, especially as if you're moving to your left or your right and you've got to reach for the ball. If you try to get 2 hands down there, you're going to limit your reach. Routine ground ball right in front of you. You introduce the second hand as just a way to kind of caress the ball, get in a good position to unload and make a throw.
Herrera on deck. Murphy the tying run at second.
Anderson will take his walks. He has a high on base percentage despite a low batting average. He's got 2 hits today.
Ground ball to Russell. Easy play, 2 outs. Murphy now 90 feet away. And it will be Herrera against Rondon. Here we go.
Good start.
Slider strike. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Jumped a little bit there, did Rondon, a little amped up.
We could go to the windup here with a runner at third, but choosing to stay from the stretch. Strike 2. 1 and 2.
Well, good job by Montero on that one. A lot of times you see a catcher with this pitch kind of push it out of the strike zone. Watch how he cradles it and hangs on right there in the inside corner.
Fans are up. A ball and 2 strikes on Herrera. The pitch. 2-2. Tough one to lay off.
Yeah, boy. Very tempting.
Swing and a miss. Cubs win. Cubs sweep. And they come from behind today, down 5-1, and win it 6-5, and the winning run coming in on the passed ball. What a series.
Yeah, boy, great job. You know, the starting pitching for the first 3 games of this series told the story. Today it was the bullpen. Obviously a big 4-run 5th inning for the Cubs offensively, but the bullpen just absolutely locked down these Met hitters here this afternoon. Ends fittingly with a strikeout by Rondon.
Our Xfinity high-speed action.
9 strikeouts by the Cubs bullpen in 4 2/3 innings of work.
And another 1-run victory. Let's send it down to Kelly Kroll.
Well, Dexter, earlier in the week, Madden used the phrase, when Dex goes, we go. And that was certainly true today. You got the homer going there, and then a very critical walk in what was that big 5th inning, and then the game-winning run. Describe how you guys were able to get after Nice there and what you saw coming to form.
Started off a little slow. I think we all did, but, you know, it was a matter of just getting on base and putting something together.
Now, how critical was it to come in here, take these 4 games off the Mets after the road trip you guys had?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. And you know, you're facing arguably the 3 best pitchers in the game, and to come out with wins with those guys, and then, you know, a tough veteran in there with Nice, and go ahead and sweep that series. You know, that's awesome for us, and it's good to have the fans out in the outfield too.
When Joe says that, when Dex goes, we go, how do you feel about that role?
I laugh it off. But, you know, it's a team game. So, you know, I just try to, I call myself, you know, an instigator. You know, I just get the fight started, and then everybody else, you know, it goes in and finishes it. So.
Well, you pulled it off today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
There you go. 2 for 3 with 3 runs there, Dexter Fowler. Guys.
Thanks, Kelly. Yep, our Benny's Beverage Depot toast of the game. The table setter, and he scored 3 times, knocked himself in to get that scoring started in the 4th with the home run, but then the walk, the single, and he's been an on-base machine.
Yeah, he drove in the tying run in the ball game last night, got it started here this afternoon. Nice job.
So on to the Pirates series final today. Cubs 6, Mets 5, and we're back with you at 12:30 for a pregame coverage. Tomorrow afternoon, JD and I will take the air at 1 o'clock. Coming up next, Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live. Stay tuned.
Home sweet home after dropping 7 of 9. The Cubs are back and sweep 4 straight from the New York Mets alongside Todd Hollingsworth. I'm Chris Bowden, and we are coming up on Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live. And we talked in the pregame, Todd, about the good feeling of being able to pull out games in any way late. We had the dramatic walk-off walk yesterday.
Yep.
This time a pass ball does the job.
Well, it gets it done. There's no doubt about it. But the way they got themselves back into the ballgame is what you're really excited about. I mean, you look at how the series has played itself out to point. We've had great starting pitching, some timely hitting, and on its way. Today Travis Wood doesn't give you the length you're looking for. You're down 5-1 in a ballgame, and you build an inning. And it wasn't, we were banging balls off walls. It was taking advantage error, extra outs, and stealing a few bases that created that traffic and got this game tied up, turned it over to the bullpen, arrested bullpen, and we were able to pull out that nice win. So they get to sweep 4 games. Hasn't happened since '92. My goodness gracious, against the Mets. So this is a big hurdle. Listen, you're going up against a first-place team with some really, really good pitching. Nice series.
And they did against a starting pitcher who mowed through the order the first time through. We'll have more analysis, more highlights, and reaction from Joe Madden and other elsewhere from the locker room. When we come back after this timeout, Cubs postgame live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield on the way next.
The switch to T-Mobile is on. Even Verizon customers are seeing the light. T-Mobile has America's fastest 4G LTE network. From the Bay Area to the Big Apple. And more data capacity per customer. Need one more reason? Get 2 lines of unlimited 4G LTE data for $100. Save without settling on America's fastest 4G LTE network.
Inside Gander Mountain, you'll find everything you need for whatever you do outside. And low prices on hundreds of items, like buy one, get one free on select Gander Mountain chairs. The Lowrance Elite 4 Chirp Fish Finder Bundle is now only $249.99. Our ready-to-camp tent bundle is now just $199.99. Plus, we have lower prices on hundreds of other items throughout the store. Low price every day, guaranteed. Gander Mountain, we live outdoors.
Nissan gave a lucky few the ride of their life in the 2015 Nissan Altima.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Nissan Altima with blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Choose Altima with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on road. Offers end June 1st. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball strike 3.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live.
Swing and a miss. Cubs win. Cubs sweep.
In a span of less than 24 hours, Hector Rondon gets a victory and a save. He is now 8 of 9 in that category for the season as the Cubs come away with the sweep. As Len mentioned, 6-5 the final at Wrigley Field. As we welcome you into Cubs postgame live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois with Todd Hollingsworth. I'm Chris Bowden, pinch hitting for David Kaplan. You look at the box score here. All of 6 hits. So the Cubs managing to find ways to get things done. And it looked bad for a while there. Down 5-1 in an inning. They managed to chip away and find a way to get the victory.
Well, you know, and that's just it. I mean, we talk about how you use 6 hits. You can use 6 hits over 9 innings. It's probably not going to turn into much. But if you use 6 hits together in an inning, with some walks and some bases, you know, where they made some errors and they give you some extra outs, you can turn it into a 4 spot and get a ball game tied up. And that's exactly what ends up happening in this one. Take advantage of a pass ball later. You know, it ultimately gets us the winning run. But again, this team continues to fight, continues to be resilient. We watch them day in and day out, and you never feel like they're out of a ball game right now. That's the exciting thing that I feel towards this team right now is that we watch. I mean, how many times over the last handful of years we'd watch this game, this 5-1 ball game, turn into a 5-1 or 5-2 defeat. This team roars back. They respond almost instantaneously and give their team put their bullpen in a position to hold. You know, like, okay, these outs mean something now. So another job well done by everybody.
Before we get to the way they dinked and dunked their way into that 4-run 5th inning, let's show you how they won it with our Sports Authority play of the game. All these highlights are great. Last night, a bases loaded walk-off walk, and this, well, Anthony Recker, who is wrecking the Cubs early in the game, just gets mixed up here.
Yeah, former Cub right there. That's a clank. I don't know what else to tell you. That's not supposed to happen to your backstop right there. He actually ends up getting double switched out, and I know they'll tell you it's circumstance. I'll tell you part of it was not circumstance. I think there was some frustration there. But, yeah, I had 2 homers earlier in the ball game, but this is the play of the day, as we know. I mean, that's a slider that's off the plate. It's a ball, but that cannot happen with the runner in scoring position right there in a 5-5 ball game.
And 2 outs.
Well, and you add it all up, but you add up the Mets story, I mean, as well. It's not just from our perspective. Yeah, sure, we're thrilled we get the win, but from the Mets, I mean, they're on the verge of getting swept in a 4-game series. They've been playing great baseball, and a lot of it gets lost in a 4-game sweep by us. So, yeah, there was a lot riding on that play right there, and I don't think there are too many people that are happy about it.
Let's circle back 2 innings earlier from that victorious pass ball and talk about how the Cubs were able to string some hits together here in the 5th inning off of Jonathan Nees, who had been cruising until then. You know, you get a Soler infield hit, and then your guy from the pregame, Matt Caesar, gets his first hit since his recall. This brings Soler all the way home. And after this, there was a ground out, so just 1 out in an inning, but they get an error, they get a walk, and then the big sluggers come up, and they dink and dunk with a couple of singles to allow them to have that comeback and bring them all the way
well,
back.
this is kind of what I'm talking about here. This is the mentality of this team right here. You think, okay, slow ground to the 3rd. It's an easy read. You've got to pull back. You can't force the throw. But Caesar's on his toes. He's ready to get in the scoring position, knowing that the 3rd baseman's in front of the bag. So what ends up happening on the next play, you got Addison Russell hits one in the hole. And Addison, you had a great day today with the bat. I know you didn't get the results you were wanting, but you swung the bat well. Beats out an E6 right there because he takes his sweet time and the ball gets over there a little too late. But he put himself in position. And Anthony Rizzo lines one to center field. I mean, you get the momentum here. I mean, this is great base running paired with some timely hitting, but you put pressure on the mound. I mean, let's not forget, this is Jonathan Nees, who retired the first 9 guys, the first 3 innings in order. Oh, by the way, a little dunker into right field right there, drives in another one. This is the momentum. Great game planning by this team once they started feeding off each other in this inning, in this 5th inning. And like you said, we got it tied.
Let's talk about the pitching matchup, the Cholula Hot Sauce pitching recap. Travis Wood on the mound against fellow lefty Jonathan Nees. And, you know, we were hoping in the pregame that coming back to the confines would allow Wood to feel a little bit better about himself. And the long ball continues to be a problem of late. His 9 home runs in his last 5 outings. We'll get to Nees in just a moment. But, you know, this broke a string of quality starts by his predecessors here so far in the series. And so far his first subpar home effort of the season. Well,
Travis was looking to be aggressive. I know that we talked about maintaining that same momentum, and early in the ballgame he was fine. I mean, really, you know, you kind of get to his last inning where he struggled. You know, that what was the 5th inning, correct? You know, the 3 homers that he gave up were really just the moments that the Mets had. I mean, here they are. I mean, it wasn't like they were building innings. He just made some fat pitches out over the plate, and that happens sometimes. I mean, I said it, and, you know, Travis is probably admits to it. There aren't uncomfortable at bats. I mean, yet what you have to recognize with this is the 6-hitter and the 7-hitter in the lineup did all the damage. And you know, when I talk about that, some guys, you know, you kind of get results and you watch where the ball and how the ball's coming off the bat. We were talking about fly balls earlier today. You know, the ball's going up. Well, there were a lot of fly balls in this one, but 3 of them left the yard.
Let's head to Wrigley Field with our Joe Madden press conference brought to you by Xfinity.
Even on the road trip, he lost a couple games in St. Louis that we played really. I said we've been playing good baseball. We weren't able to keep it together in the middle part of the game. We did today. and that led to the victory. Really proud of the way we are playing up and down the lineup. This is a great game. Only Johnny did not get in. The bullpen was very active. Awesome. Just a wonderful day. Yeah, it's an abdominal tightness. That's what I got. And I'm sticking to it.
Anthony, also?
He's fine. He's fine.
Besides, obviously you guys got some big hits there to come back, but they made a couple of mistakes and you guys pounced on them immediately. Is that what you have to do to keep this winning streak going?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you really have to take advantage of moments, and by the same token, we cannot permit the other team to get 4 outs in an inning. It's devastating. So I love the play that Starlin made in the last inning against Monell. That was not an easy play. Jam shot going away from him, across his body, good throw, outstanding. We did a nice job once again on defense. We're playing catch, and that's a big part of our success too.
Before the game, you talked about how stoic you are in the dugout. What's it like? Travis gets knocked out, you go down 5-1. Okay, you're going to win the series. What's it like in there at that time?
Well, it's you're plotting. You're just counting outs. 5-1 Jackson. Once I told Boz once we got to 5-3 Grimm, I thought, the state of their bullpen right now, that we could come back possibly against them. So you don't, you just don't give in right there. I mean, Grimm, you normally like a little bit tighter, maybe 5-4, but 5-3, it ended up being 5-5. So it just worked out well.
I was talking about 5.
Oh, it was great. I mean, very businesslike, exciting but businesslike. I think, they're, when we get down, nobody's panicking. Nobody's saying we can't do this. I think there was a great believability within the group that we could do it, and we, obviously we did. Fowler's home run was big. I mean, I know it's a solo shot, but it puts a different thought in the pitcher's mind. All of a sudden, he maybe is not as comfortable, as aggressive as he might have been otherwise. I think it happened to our guy, Woody, got less aggressive after the first homer. So you can't underestimate how important that may be mentally, psychologically to the other side.
Is Travis a concern right now?
No, I mean, his stuff. I mean, once the horse got out of the barn, he started throwing the ball better. We just got to get him to do that from pitch one. Stuff is still really good. I love this guy. He's a great athlete. We're still going to work on it. Salid? The Who?
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Do you remember your first?
Yeah, win number 800 for Joe Madden in his career. He is 8th on the active all-time managerial list. Picking up a little bit toward the end of the press conference on Travis Wood, and we started to give some thoughts with him. High pitch count, those things really started to pile up. And as we also take a look at what Tsuyoshi Wada is doing right now at Iowa, there's probably a little bit of a push there for Travis in terms of, if this current trend keeps going with what he's doing, there's a guy down there and waiting at AAA.
The opportunity's probably going to come at some point if this doesn't turn around. I mean, you see the position that we get into, and it was even on the last road trip where you're not getting enough length from your starter. It also exposes your bullpen. Now, thankfully, today the bullpen was well rested. As I was telling you, Chris, I mean, we were in position today where we didn't overexpose our bullpen in the first 3 games of the series. Everybody was well rested. Everybody had done what was asked and not too much, other than I think Rondon had an inning and a third, so he went 4 outs in this one. But, that's the feel. I mean, when you start to overexpose your bullpen and continually overexpose it, you wear it down and they become less predictable, and the quality goes right down with it. And, in this series, in this situation, maybe we set ourselves up for it if we weren't looking for the 7 innings from Travis Wood today. But still, I mean, working into the 5th is just not long enough. Now you're in a position where, as we heard our manager say, we used everybody but one guy in that bullpen, and if the Mets would have come up with a run right there, look at the position that you're in moving into extra innings. So you're probably going to end up having to do something about this if it doesn't turn quickly.
That's why this guy is so good, Mr. Segway, because our UPS store taking care of business player of the game. The players are that bullpen, which came in, tossed 4 2/3 shutout innings, 9 2/3 shutout innings over the course of this series. They struck out 9 today. You can talk about, guys you're particularly impressed with. Justin Grimm, since he has returned, very impressive. And Pedro Strop, big bounce back from what he was experiencing last week. He only needed 10 pitches to get 4 outs.
Yeah, and that was really good to see. I mean, it was so necessary because, again, we're looking to get that extra out. And, one thing that, we talk about Strop and Rondon, both of these guys, maybe it's not as much velocity as we were used to seeing last year, but both have kind of been put in a position to work on their secondary pitches. That's the one thing that really stands out with Rondon getting the save today was the fact that he's able to use his slider, and it's actually becoming a go-to pitch for him. That will be good moving forward. I mean, we think back to last year and all the success that he had, and you were asking me about 98. Yeah, he was throwing a bit harder, but again, you saw a lot of it. He was throwing a very high percentage of the time, but that secondary pitch wasn't being worked on. And sometimes you take your failures and it makes you work on your weaknesses, and you're kind of seeing that right now. So, you know, our two guys there at the end of the ballgame are still guys we're going to go to all season long, but you're seeing good secondary pitches from them now, and Grimm is back. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Strikes out the side. He's looked very, very good, and he's going to get more of a role as he gets a few more innings under his belt.
Time now for our first break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Following this 6-5 victory over the New York Mets, we'll take a closer look at the Cubs lineup. Anthony Rizzo, when do we start taping him together? Oof. 2 more HBPs today. Yes, sir. Take a closer look at that and a whole lot more when we return.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
There are measures we can offer. Other agents in the field.
I work alone.
Okay, what's it gonna take?
I want a guarantee.
He wants the card.
I'm in.
He's good.
Drop my phone.
We've been thinking. There's a sound the ball makes when it catches nothing but net. Everyone loves that sound, that precision. At GMC, we get that. Nothing separates the men from the boys. Like nothing but net. This is precision. This is GMC. Now during the GMC Spring Sales Event, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $22.50 purchase bonus cash on all 2015 Acadia SLT models. Swish.
SMR indicator to helium.
And there they are, 57 million miles from Earth.
How does it look? Here I go. Roger.
Now he's exited the module, and we are one step from Mars.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T UVerse TV.
I thought you measured.
I did measure it. Just take the cushions off.
They are off.
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't. Simply call before you move and we'll bundle DirecTV with internet and home phone services for one low price. You'll get the best value, a savings of up to $120. Moving has never been more rewarding. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
At Sport Clips, we are constantly looking to improve the client experience. So we thought maybe we should make the MVP experience faster. Actually, it's probably better the way it is.
The Sport Clips MVP experience. Great haircut, relaxing shampoo, and legendary hot steam towel. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
In a sense, I guess it's kind of like laboring, right? You know, you're beating up your body one way or the other. So I guess we kind of share that bond.
And who knows if he loves shin pads, too. You know Andrew Shaw's blue-collar approach with the Blackhawks. Tonight you'll meet his older brother, Josh, who's brought the same work ethic to the Wrigley Field renovation. Our Pat Boyle has the story about the Shaw brothers, Ivy and Ice on tonight's editions of Sportsnet Central. Time now for our Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not when it comes to day baseball so far this season. And look at Adam Jones of the Orioles tearing it up, a .537 average. The on-base plus slugging percentage off the charts. Marlon Byrd, he only lasted here a couple of years. I don't know if he was quite to that level so far, but
didn't end well. But
had a couple of day games for the Cincinnati Reds against the Sox last weekend here on the South Side. As we welcome you back into Cubs Postgame Live, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Todd Hollandsworth, Chris Bowden. Let's now check the Cubs lineup from today. This victorious 6-5 victory over the New York Mets, and Dexter Fowler was the guy who was able to get things started today. Came in a little bit slower in the series, but managed a couple of hits. Had the big hit to kind of get the ball rolling against this Mets team. Also able to draw a walk. And you figured the Cubs had only 6 hits. He proved to be the igniter.
Oh, he definitely was. It was good to see Dexter Fowler get it going here. You're going to see him hit the long ball. I believe, yeah, this is the one where he pulls the hands in on a cutter. Great swing right there. Keeps it fair. It's so interesting, Chris. I was just telling you, how switch hitters, they'll usually tell you they're, strong on one side of the plate or the other. And, into the series, 2 for 10 left-handed. Comes into today, has the huge day. 3 runs scored, a couple of hits. Obviously, the big run right there. And it is. I know exactly what Joe Madden's talking about. I mean, Jonathan Neese was in complete control of this ball game through 3 innings. 3 up, 3 down, 1, 2, 3. Fowler gets him rolling. We get to the big inning. He's a part of that as well. So good to see Dexter Fowler doing his thing out in center field and getting this lineup ignited. And you saw what Anthony Rizzo was able to do today, 1 for 2 with an RBI as part of that big 5th inning. But he was also hit by 2 more pitches today. Todd, he's off to a wonderful start this season. As this continues and perhaps the bumps, the bruises, the aches and pains, we're only, 6 weeks into the season here. Do you think he might, consider backing off a little bit from that plate? No, absolutely not. He's had too much success. It's the way that he hits. It's the way that he works. What's going to end up happening is that the Cubs are going to start defending this. Now, today wasn't the day. It wasn't the ball game, but it will not be forgotten. And I know some of these pitches are secondary pitches, and I'm not going to overreact to it, but it's the number of times that he gets hit. Listen, he knows he comes with the territory. He is a guy who hangs all over the plate. This used to happen to Barry Bonds as well. I mean, I think of Anthony, I think of Barry kind of in approach, not in setup, but in how they attack. Barry stood very, very close to the plate, actually developed, started putting on the armor and that arm guard because, again, guys are looking to establish the inside corner. Now, he gets hit with a secondary pitch. The second time it was a changeup. You just kind of get into a position where maybe you end up defending this at sometime in June, maybe. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah, and after that first hit by pitch, it seemed to affect him a little bit running the bases, if in fact that's what it was all about. He was kind of gimping second into third base. He has been hit more times than 18 teams. That's amazing. And like I said, I mean, there's absolutely no way he's changing his approach. That's not going to happen because, again, he commands the plate. That's the one thing for me that Anthony has done so well this year is he's starting to dictate the action.